Everybody, Ryan here from Android Calls Him. I'm going to give you a review today on the Pixel Stand 2. Now, this is the new and improved version from last, or been a couple of years since the Pixel Stand 1. The Pixel Stand 1 was basically just the charging piece, but this time that they've added in basically a chunkier back because this model has faster QI charging. QI charging, we also know that does tend to have a lot of heat generated oftentimes because of it, and so it builds in actually a tiny little fan. You can just see the little space in between, so it kind of draws in some air. The fan blows it out and makes sure your device doesn't overheat as it's super. So that's a pretty cool feature just for the fact that it does that over top of the other Pixel features, and we're going to get into that. So what I've had to do is I've gone in and told it to forget. Let's just wipe away some of these notifications, so you don't have to worry about seeing those things. So the idea is you go ahead and you plop it in the stand, and you'll see a little light down there saying it's charging. But because it's a Pixel device, it says, well, hey, we got to start setting up some Pixel things with it. Do you want to do more with it, more than just charge? Well, of course we do. So we go in and say next, and it's going to check the info. It's going to pair with this charger so that it will work with it. And it probably has to do some maybe updating or firmware update if it has to or whatever. Okay, so we have the option to turn on quickly connected devices in our houses. So yes, I'm going to continue as Ryan. So it's going to go into my house, and what items do I have in my house do I want to have? So just like that quick devices option we have in Pixels, you can have that here, but unfortunately you can only pick 4. So what 4 do I want to pick? I want to turn on, um, you know, but only one of my lights, or do I want to have a group of lights? It doesn't let me have groups of lights. So I'll say, well, what if I want to turn on the master bedroom light? Okay, and I'll have I want to control the thermostat. What else? Where's the kitchen light strip? That one. We'll have those things to turn on. No, I don't like my doing personal things on the thing. And yes, we want to have, you know, recent highlights as kind of as a little gallery that shows off as it does it, like a digital photo frame. No, don't worry about do not disturb when it's in the thing. And let's wake up with the sunrise alarm. Now, we can also change the way that you're charging when it's in here. So do you want it to be optimized charging, so it'll figure out what kind of charging it needs depending on the battery you have? Or do you want to always charge it at max, or do you always want to charge it in a quiet mode so it charges slower? We're going to leave it on optimized, but you can actually change that later. Okay, so and I'll show you what I mean. So while it's in the charging stand, you can see it's charging wirelessly. Where's a little light show up here? Right? Oops. Let's turn it off again. And let's just do this, let it do its thing, and it'll switch over to the gallery mode in a second. Once it's kind of sat in there for a few minutes. Surprising the light's not turned on. Come on, work. It'll switch over. But if you just tap it, there's the light options. So again, I can turn on one of the light strips, or I can adjust the temperature in the hallway if I wanted to. And then here's the options for, do I want to charge fully? And I don't know if you can just hear the whisper of the fan turn on. So that means it's charging fully and then cooling it while it goes. To be honest with you, I don't know if there's much difference between that. I can also put it into charge quietly if I'm saying at bedtime. It'll be a lot quieter, but it'll charge slower, or leave it in optimized mode. And then outside of that, it just has the option for the fact that it'll do the photo frame once it does its thing. It has that sunrise feature if you do the things. So very cool. Very interesting though. When I was playing around with it with my Pixel 6 as I'm recording here, I had my Pixel 6 used to have a magnet or this little piece of metal here for like magnetic stands like I have here. Whoops. And for some reason, even though I have like an iPhone that has this on it, it would charge the iPhone. But if I put this guy on it, right, put him in there, it would automatically start to flash no. It didn't like any of that. Well, not because it's not in the right spot, but let me see if I can show you. For some reason, the Pixel 6 and this metal didn't seem to want to charge. Now, this would always charge if I put it on a regular, you know, oh, no, it's not working now, but it would never work with this. I don't know why, but it would always get that. So it would never work with that little piece of metal just blocking it just enough. So I had to take that off to make sure. I couldn't find it. Like I said, other devices seem to work just fine. But if you wanted it to act like with the Pixel, you need to have that gone. And that's the Pixel stands, $200, way more expensive than something like this. It's 40 or whatever, but you're gonna have a fan to give it maximum charging time, and you're gonna get some extra Pixel features so that you can just tap and then control, what devices. Whoops, well, it's in security mode here. Come on. So it can get controlling of the. Put my pin in there, so I can get extra controls on my Pixel stand that I wouldn't be able to get if it was sitting in one of those things. I'd have to actually go and swipe and etc. This can bring it up automatically. Okay, that's the full review I have. I'll have a bit of a write-up on the website. If you have any question, folks, you know where to find me on this one. So happy to answer any questions. Thanks.